In 2018, the world changed forever when two dude bros started a podcast. But not just any podcast. Superheroes, comic books, nothing in the nerd genre was safe. And once a year, these two ultra powerful, super sexy dude bros hold an award ceremony unlike any other. Now, I present to you the host of the 2022 Homies Award, Kevin and Quentin, aka the Superhero Homies. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you for the applause. Good shit.
Man.
Brother, it's great to be back on the stage with you.
Once again in our best tuxedos that we could get.
I was just about to say the same.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Looking snazzy.
Oh, yes. You guys have to take our words for it. We are dressed to the nines.
Indeed. I learned how to tie a bow tie for this.
Wow.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean, that's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No clip on this year.
Ooh.
We're stepping up.
I'm sporting the clip on. But as you guys know, tonight is one of the most prestigious occasions that you will ever hear on the podcast. Says us. We are here, Kevin, to hold the 2022 Homies Award, just like the announcer guy said. That's why we're here. And this is something that we've been doing since the inception of the podcast, and it has gotten more and more gaudy each year, and that is going to continue to be a thing. But there are a lot more categories this year. We're going to be looking at a lot more TV shows, and we're going to be looking back at the year that we had, and then, of course, at the end of the whole thing, we're going to be looking forward to see what we have to come next year and make our predictions as we do every year. So there's a lot that we need to get into, my friend. There's a lot of categories that we have here.
Hell yeah.
A lot of different nominations. I see that, all of those movies and actors, they're all sitting here with bated breath, waiting to see if they won.
Exactly.
So who are we to keep the folks waiting?
Let's not. Let's get into this.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should go ahead and get into the first category of the evening.
So, homies, just to let you all know, many of the categories have been divided up from our television series and our movies because heaven forbid that we don't give enough attention to both.
Absolutely.
Indeed, because there are wonderful products and wonderful things that came out in both genres. And so we definitely had to talk about them.
Yes. And we figured we'd kick things off tonight by talking about said TV shows and those categories. And we figured that what better category to start off in than to be talking about the TV show which held the best action. So tonight's category will be Best Action in a TV Show. And the nominations are The Boys, Season 3, Umbrella Academy, Season 3, Peacemaker. Those are our categories. Kevin, would you like to announce the winner?
I would like to announce the winner. And the winner of Best Action in a TV Series for 2022 is The Boys, Season 3. Elegant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Congratulations to The Boys for winning the first Homies Award of 2022 for Best Action. The Boys really did have some excellent action this year. They really stepped it up this year in terms of the gore factor, the action, the gratuitous violence and nudity. They're really trying to be more in line with the comic books this year, it seems.
Amen to that, dude. One thing when I thought best action, not all action is like rough and tough punching people. Sometimes action is what you see on the screen, and every now and again, action can be some funny ass exchanges, or in this case, gratuitous everything, and that's what the boys can give you.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the other nominees here, they also put up a good fight. Obviously, Peacemaker had some amazing action all throughout. Whether it be the cool stunt coordination of like the parkour effects, or whether it be John Cena and Freddie Stroma getting their asses kicked by Judo Master. There were a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun different fight scenes and that. And then, of course, in Umbrella Academy, they had some of the most unique action scenes. Umbrella Academy is one of the most unique shows.
Amen.
So it only makes sense that they got a nomination for Best Action when it has some really cool and unique action. But there can only be one winner, and this year's winner goes to, The Boys.
Amen. Let's move on.
So with that being said, I think we should move on to Best Supporting Actor.
Amen, dude. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Harley Quinn, Season 3. Guardians of the Galaxy, Christmas Special. And The Boys, Season 3.
And the winner for... I have it down here somewhere, folks. Oh, yeah, here it is. Thank you.
Yep, there you go. I was about to say, so I didn't want to,
Yeah. The winner for Best Supporting Actor on a TV show goes to Lake Bell as Poison Ivy in Harley Quinn Season 3. Congrats, Harley Quinn.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, she's done such a great job voice acting Poison Ivy, bro. Like, she brings such a strange, Daria energy to the role that I really enjoy. It really fucking works for Poison Ivy. And alongside our girl, Kelly Cuoco for, Harley Quinn, the show itself. Just fucking amazing, dude. Really awesome shit. Season 3 was a fun kind of storytelling challenge for them. Our girl Lake Bell kind of, took it because the season almost seems to be centering around her, even though it's still a Harley Quinn show. So that was really fun. And of course, The Boys. What was his name? Jack
Quaid.
Yep. Obviously, we got to give Huey some love. Huey is fucking an awesome character alongside Carl Urban, dude. You know, so awesome. What an awesome pairing.
Agreed.
And with Guardians, we were thinking especially about the Christmas special because it was so special. It was really fun to watch our people, the Mantis and Drax, go off into space. Spoiler alert for Kevin Bacon.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking for bacon. Yeah, and for that one, we specifically had Dave Bautista in mind for Best Supporting Role. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, all three categories were worthy, but in the end, there can only be one. And yeah, again, congratulations to Lake Bell and her performance as Poison Ivy. She really gives credence to what I call like meme culture comic books, where like when people look at a meme who don't know about comic books and then they think that character is that meme. It begins as something that's really funny, but then it becomes really frustrating when you realize that people who don't know comic books think that that's the character. But Lake Bell is able to take that kind of interpretation of a character and make it into a positive.
Oh, yeah.
So I really dig that. All right. Yes. Go ahead and have a seat, Miss Bell. All right. No, you don't get to give an acceptance speech. We understand. Thank you. All right.
Could you imagine? Well then.
All right. Next up, Best Lead in a Television Series. And the nominations are John Cena as Peacemaker, Oscar Isaac in Moon Knight, Carl Urban in The Boys Season 3.
Hell yeah. And the winner for Best Lead Actor goes to Oscar Isaac for Moon Knight. Homies, I wish you could see how Q is throwing his head back every time the volume goes up for the orchestral pit. Every time they start playing in the crescendo, all of a sudden Q is just like, elegant!
But seriously, congratulations to Oscar Isaac.
Hell yeah, dude.
While the show Moon Knight itself may not have quite turned out to be exactly how I had envisioned it, Oscar Isaac's performance was nothing less than masterful. He did such a great job in carrying 2 lead roles simultaneously by himself.
Mathematically, that's twice as many as most candidates on the list.
I think you are correct.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I never passed second grade math, so I am leaning on you. But yes, again, really stiff competition with this one. We had a lot of fun with this because the competition was so stiff with these type categories. But in the end, yeah, Oscar Isaac, he just did so much work and such different type of preparation that he must have had to do to prepare for such a roles, plural, to play a character like Mark Spector. So yeah, I definitely think that that's well deserved. But again, he has some stiff competition with John Cena's Peacemaker and Carl Urban as Butcher. But again, congratulations to you, Oscar. You may take your Homies Award and put it up there next to all your other cool awards. But of course, the Oscars the Homies Award we know is your favorite because you told us that.
Yep. There you go. He did. I was here. I believed it.
Well, there is one more category for TV shows.
Indeed. And the nominations for Best TV Show are Werewolf by Night, The Boys, Season 3, and Peacemaker.
Oh boy, I'm nervous. My hands are sweating over here. And let's see who the homie committee says wins the best TV show of 2022. And the winner is, oh boy, Peacemaker.
Yeah! Peacemaker!
Congratulations to Peacemaker for winning the 2022 Homies Award for Best Television Show. It's well deserved, man. It is well deserved.
Hell yeah, dude. What a surprisingly amazing show. A show following up the movie Suicide Squad, continuing the same cast. Man, no one expected it. It was a surprise from left field. And dadgum is it so enjoyable, dude. From the entry scene to the credits and post-credit scene, you're going to enjoy every episode. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you doing, homies? Get off your ass and watch the show and thank us later.
Hey, NBC will not air this award ceremony with that type of language, Kevin.
Wait, they were supposed to?
I had some deals in the work. Could you imagine? But yeah, so again, shout out to Peacemaker. There were several good television shows this year. I mean, they really were. But Peacemaker, like you said, Kevin, it took people by surprise with just how good it was, how funny it was, and how clever it was. And but they also were able to tell a really compelling story with really compelling characters. They were able to drive the narrative forward. And you'd be hard pressed to find someone who did not thoroughly enjoy Peacemaker.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be surprised if I found someone who didn't, honestly. Like, I still haven't to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you find that type of person, but you should probably leave them wherever they are.
Exactly.
Because Peacemaker's just that good of a show. It is that fantastic. So again, shout out to you, Peacemaker, for winning the best TV series of 2022. That is a huge accomplishment. And I know that James Gunn is busy right now, but whenever we get season 2 of Peacemaker, hey, whenever that is, maybe we'll see you again at the next Homies Award.
Hell yeah, man. I hope so, dude. I'm ready for that season 2.
Oh, likewise.
Hell yeah.
But with that being said, it's now time to move on to the movie categories.
Movie categories?
Movie categories.
Oh my gosh. There's quite a few more trophies in the movie categories. A lot more chances out there.
There are.
Indeed.
Interestingly enough, there are less movies, but more categories.
So no surprises if a couple movies win multiple awards out there.
It is what it is. Hey, you know what? We are just the presenters. So if you guys have a problem with the winners, you would have to take that up with the mysterious homie committee. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like
take it up with them.
they all like wear cult style hoodies. Like they're very mysterious.
They do.
They don't take requests usually.
They actually might be watchers the more I think about it. So good luck with that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and...
Hot damn. How many Uatus do we have on staff?
But we will go ahead and start things off with Best Soundtrack and Score. And the nominations are The Batman, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
And the winner for Best Soundtrack.
Oh boy, it's my favorite part.
The Batman!
I'm going to play something in the way. I don't have that queued up.
What? Oh. Oh, damn. There we go. This is what the pit knows how to play.
That's right.
They know how to play one song.
They've been practicing this song since last Homies Award.
They don't have the sheet music for anything else. Dude, the Batman, like, we talked about this off mic in preparation for tonight's episode, gang. But realistically, how many movies out there have had one theme song that they can play with such impact and such dramatic power as that of Robert Pattinson's The Batman movie this year? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need a score that will drive your action oriented scene that's bombastic? The Batman has it. Do you need a score to drive the more quiet noir detective scenes? The Batman has it. Do you need one that drives the sad or the drama filled sections? Mm-hmm. The Batman has it. What about the segments that are more psychological thriller? A score for that. The Batman has it. They manipulate like that same score to such an extreme degree that it fits all different types of ranges.
Hell yeah.
And because of that, and because of their rendition of the Nirvana song "Something in the Way," the Batman kind of ran away with that one. Thor: Love and Thunder had some really fun music in theirs.
Yeah.
And Black Panther 2 had to pay Rihanna godly amounts of money to get her to come out and release a song for them.
Yep.
I mean, Black Panther, you look at the first one, I mean, they had to pay Kendrick Lamar godly amounts of money to make a soundtrack. So this is something that they're used to. But at the end of the day, we had to give it to the Batman for the best soundtrack / score. But we got to keep this ball rolling here. So the Batman crew, go ahead and have a seat and high five each other in your seats.
Hell yeah. I don't see Robert Pattinson high-fiving a lot. I don't know. Does
he just did it behind your back. You missed it.
Oh,
yep.
Damn it. Yeah. Do it again. Fuck. He didn't do it again. He flipped me off.
Well, next up, Kevin, is Best Comedic Moment.
The nominations for Best Comedic Moment: Thor, God of Love and Thunder; Black Adam; Morbius; and the winner for Best Comedic Moments.
The winner is... So nervous.
Don't drop the envelope.
Shit, I dropped it. You shouldn't have said anything.
I shouldn't have said anything. I put you on the
jinxed
spot.
me.
It's okay. It's okay. You're still in the tux.
Oh, you're right. I'm still in the tux. I still look good.
Still
All
looking
right.
good. Feeling good.
All right. Someone tell the person with the boom mic to pick up the envelope for me. Right. Thank you.
But don't hit us with the boom
don't
mic.
hit me with the boom mic or you're fired.
Oh, he did it.
God damn it. All right. The FCC's going to be all over my ass for that. All right. The winner for Best Comedic Moment goes to Black Adam.
Hell yeah.
There we go. That's all you get, Black Adam. That's all you get this
Black
time.
Adam's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Hey, there's a lot of categories, Black Adam, so we can't spend all night on you, all right? But you
Right.
You get the comedic symphony noise for your comedic award. Contrary to popular belief, Kevin and I, we do enjoy comedic moments in these superhero movies.
I know, right?
We just like it when they're done well, and for some reason, there's a disconnect between our opinion and other people's. However, when it comes to like the best comedic moment, it's more so to do with it's less to do with someone slipping on a metaphorical banana peel and looking goofy just for goofiness sake, and it's more so about timing. It's more so about maintaining character integrity and not throwing character traits or personality out of the window just for the sake of a laugh. And the one that handled that the best is easily Black Adam.
Easily, dude.
Yeah, you look at Black Adam, and there are moments in that movie that genuinely made me laugh. The moment that always comes to mind right off the bat is when Black Adam threw that poor mercenary, who knows how many miles into the air.
Across a goddamn county.
And Dr. Fate, telepathically says to him, "All right, if you catch the guy, I can probe his mind and figure out the information of where the little boy is." And the look on The Rock's face as he's portraying Black Adam is like, "Oh shit, I never thought of that." And not Black Adam, but Dr. Fate, without missing a beat, says, "You killed him, didn't you?" And as soon as he says that, the guy hits the ground like 4 miles away, wherever he is. It was such a great moment. And it was one of those comedic moments that it didn't require Black Adam to act like a buffoon to get a laugh. He was doing Black Adam shit, but it just so happened to be funny.
He did not make it. You killed him, didn't you? I'm returning home.
Yep. And then some of you may be wondering, why was Morbius on the list? You don't remember Morbius having comedic moments? I remember plenty of comedic moments from Morbius. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
They weren't even intending. They thought that they were serious moments. And we were like, what the shit?
Morbius was a hilarious movie, so I don't know what you guys are on about. But I think the Homie Committee did a good job by nominating that. And hey, look, Thor's been a joke since 2017. So, I mean, how could we not implement him on the list?
This year, he didn't quite have us laughing hard enough.
He didn't have the box office laughing hard enough either.
Exactly.
That's the quietest jump scare. Give me a louder one. Thank you.
They had to really move the percussion kit up because it's behind. It's behind the rest of the instruments, brother.
That's true. Yeah. So they got to do a lot of work.
They got to move it through everything, like the strings, the brass, all the sections.
We went through this in rehearsal, guys. Get with it.
They weren't ready. And actually, here's the secret, homies. We did. We rehearsed with the band, but no rim shots were practiced.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and keep it moving here.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
To Best Action.
Hell yeah.
And the nominations for Best Action are The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Black Adam.
And the winner for Best Action, Black Adam. Hell yeah. Big surprise here, folks. What an awesome portrayal. What a fun movie in order to do this in. We all remember the beginning scenes when Black Adam first submerges and he's like reinstated, reanimated in his life, and he's ready. He's got all this militant force with all of our modern day technology and weaponry. And this motherfucker unleashes a bolt of lightning and super speeds faster than lightning and just dismays the entire core of men and artillery out there. And it's just, it's amazing eye candy to watch him just like bounce a grenade with his hand back. He just like deflects missiles like willy-nilly, no problem.
Right.
And just like, these men are getting fucked.
Yeah, those guys got a raw deal.
Exactly.
They awaken an ancient god, which, by the way, you should never do. Given the opportunity, don't do it.
Exactly.
No good ever comes from it. But in terms of,
oh yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say in terms of best action, I mean, yeah, Black Adam, man. Like there was, I mean, you can argue. I don't think it's much of an argument, but I mean, this movie was focused on primarily delivering amazing action.
Hell yeah.
And
not just from Black Adam, but also from Hawkman and
Hawkman, Dr. Fate, like the entirety of the Justice Society. And so, yeah, the action in this movie was so fun. It was very creative, and they pushed the limits on what they could do with the PG-13 rating. And so that was very much appreciated. Best action is obviously a huge award here at the Homies ceremony. So congratulations to you, Black Adam, for winning not just any award, but best action.
Hell yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That is.
Well, another big one, Kevin, is best visuals.
Exactly.
Would you like to read off our nominations?
Oh, of course. You already knew. The nominations for best visuals: Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Adam, The Batman,
and the winner for best visual effects goes to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
That was the perfect timing. That was a superb one. Damn. Remember that minute, folks. That came at the halfway at the 26 minute mark. There you go.
Yes.
Hot damn.
Man, best visual effects, man. This is another big one, especially for the category of movies that we discuss here on this podcast primarily. Doctor Strange 2 winning this one. Listen, Sam Raimi knows how to do, dare I say, esoteric. He knows how to do weird. He knows how to do creepy. He knows how to do bizarre. The man's made a career off of it. And he flexed those muscles for this movie to give us some truly bizarre and, dare I say, strange appearances. Thank you. You shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have. Your pay's getting docked.
But yeah, I remember there was a scene in Doctor Strange 2 where he and America Chavez, they are literally falling through different universes, and the visual effects changes for each universe that they fall through. So in one universe, I believe they're actually animated. In one, I think they were like almost underwater. In one, they were blocks. Yeah. And so like that's just one example of a reason why this movie won best visual effects. And if I'm being quite honest, in terms of the movies that used CG, heavy CG, Doctor Strange 2 was the one where like the green screen was like the least noticeable, which in 2022 I didn't think I'd have to say or use that as a compliment, but hey,
right.
But yeah, nevertheless, this is a very, very big one, very important one. And, hopefully in the future, the VFX and all the different types of special effects get better.
Yeah, man. But and like you're saying, this is definitely a ceremony where we celebrate the positive and we don't really focus on the negative, like how Thor 4, the CG was really kind of shitty. And things like, we don't say that. We don't do that. What's that?
You just... Okay.
No. I'm talking about how we do the positive.
Yeah, but you just kind of said that Thor did a shitty job.
He did.
But you did it, okay, but that's kind of... that's a negative, you see.
But I said positively because we're doing the positive. I'm focused on the positive.
Okay, but you gave an example of something that was... You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Oh.
Oh.
But, I see what you mean. And also how the water scenery in fucking Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Well, never mind. That is, the joke's getting lost. It's getting heavy-handed. Yep. Anyways.
It's getting washed out. Oh, that
I'm
guy.
I'm going to kick you in the balls. Tux or not, sir.
You can't kick me in the balls when I'm wearing a tux. That's illegal.
But I can if I'm also wearing a tux. It nullifies the tux. By tux law. Exactly. Because that's basically James Bond kicking a supervillain in the balls. That's true. Point.
Yeah. All right.
We
just did best visuals.
Indeed. Time to move on, I believe, to best drama.
Best drama. All right. And the nominations for best drama: The Batman, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange 2,
Oh, sorry, I was jamming to the music. And the winner for Best Drama, The Batman. That's right, Robert. Don't sit down. Come up and get this shit.
That's right. Come on back up here. Get your award again.
Really, this one should go to the screenwriters because this was a well-written movie, dude. And the drama was really emphasized. Obviously, you have to have a powerhouse cast like this movie did in order to really portray and sell said drama. And boy, did it fucking work, dude.
Yeah. I mean, in this movie, I would say more so than most other movies on this list needed to be a really dramatic affair. Black Panther 2 being the other one that really needed to be a really dramatic affair. But with the Batman, the reason why this one won it is simply because the way that the drama was interwoven into the plot just made the most sense. And it was, to us, the most cohesive of all the movies that implemented drama. And yeah, this was honestly for us, or I shouldn't say not for us because we don't decide these things, but from what I hear from the homie committee, like the Batman was the winner for this, and they were trying to figure out what the hell are the other two nominees. Yeah. I mean, you heard that too. Yeah,
I did very much so. Yes, indubitably. The men in hoods had a hard time.
Yeah, we
did. Almost heard their voices.
Right. But yeah, that is Best Drama goes to The Batman. Congratulations to you. All right, so now we're moving on to Best Supporting Actor. Ooh-wee.
Indeed. And the nominations are Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Black Adam, The Batman.
And the winner for Best Supporting Actor goes to Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate and Black Adam. Congratulations to the Black Adam crew and to Pierce Brosnan in particular. His portrayal of Dr. Fate really added like a grounded layer of kind of friendship and loyalty that the movie needed.
Hell yeah.
Spoiler alert, his sacrifice there, it made sense and he went out like a boss. Mm-hmm. And I really like the utilization of his powers and also the visuals of his powers to kind of go back to that. But yeah, so with Best Supporting Actor, I mean, this was kind of a tough one here because all three nominees deserved to win. We had Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon for the Batman, and we had Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther 2. Mm-hmm. So both of those were definitely very powerful and amazing actors who really did a lot for those movies, for their perspective movies. But in the end, we feel that in terms of how the story played out and what ended up happening, Pierce Brosnan did the most with the role that he was given in Black Adam. So yeah, shout out to you, Pierce, really, Pierce Brosnan to me strikes me as the type of guy who, even after playing James Bond and, kind of the more cartoonish James Bond movies, he strikes me as the type of person who would probably, balk at most superhero roles, especially ones like this.
Yeah.
But he turned up, and not only did he turn up, but he delivered a really solid performance. He didn't just phone it in like he could have. So shout out to you, Pierce.
Amen, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Next.
This next award is very much interesting. This is Best Overall Performance.
Indeed.
So this is not restricted to just our supporting or lead. This is anybody's game.
Absolutely. And the nominations for Best Performance John Turturro as Carmine Falcone in The Batman. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam in Black Adam. Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
And the winner for Best Overall Performance, Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
You know you deserve it, girl. Come on up here.
Hell yeah. Dude, Angela Bassett, her shoulders must still be tired, man. She did an amazing job. She was such a strong character, really carrying a chunk of Black Panther Wakanda Forever on her shoulders.
She carried the movie on her shoulders up until she died, and then nothing could carry.
And then nothing could carry that movie. It did not float. It was not a swimmer.
Yeah. Pennywise was wrong. We do not all float down here.
In Pennywise's defense, he never said that. It was the little dumb boy who said that shit.
There was Pennywise. He said it.
He did.
He was masquerading. He was masquerading as the kid. Y'all float down
that's
here.
fair. He masquerades as a lot.
He does.
Little fuck. Little clown fuck.
But yeah, best performance, man. This was actually a new category, one that we thought definitely needed to be added in. And I mean, again, we can't rant enough about how amazing Angela Bassett was in Black Panther 2.
Hell yeah, dude. Angela Bassett made people in the audience actually shed tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that is a powerful performance.
That was drama in the movie that I felt was earned, because you felt sympathy for a mother and a queen who had gone through severe losses, instead of, crying for other exploitative reasons that maybe the movie tried to utilize.
Right.
But Angela Bassett, again, she was amazing in that. Got to give a shout out to John Turturro, who played Carmine Falcone in The Batman. I mean, his performance was wow.
Yeah.
In a movie that had a lot of star-studded, scene-stealing appearances, John Turturro, I mean, he really just pulled it out in The Batman. I mean, he really showed up and showed out. I mean, I dare say he stole every scene that he was in. And we're talking about a movie that has the likes of Colin Farrell in it, and Jeffrey Wright, and Paul Dano, Robert Pattinson, and Zoe Kravitz. I mean, everybody turned out an amazing performance, but John Turturro's performance was really something stellar. And then, of course, you have The Rock, who played, I almost said The Rock. The Rock, who played Black Adam.
Ironically enough, in a chunk of his movies, you wouldn't be wrong. But in this one, however, we actually did see The Rock's, extenuating acting chops here, because he didn't play The Rock. He actually played this secluded character, Black Adam himself.
Right. And he played a character who actually has a little bit more depth to him, a little bit more angles to him, which was very nice and refreshing to see, and thought that The Rock did a great job with it. All right, and that was Best Performance. Now we shall go on to Best
Antagonist, yeah.
Best Antagonist.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And the nominations for Best Antagonist: Paul Dano as the Riddler in The Batman. Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange 2. Matt Smith as Milo in Morbius.
And the winner for Best Antagonist: Paul Dano as the Riddler in The Batman. That's right, cue that motherfucking band.
That's right. Y'all don't get no breaks tonight.
Hell yeah. You keep your mouths on the mouthpieces. I see you back there.
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
Best Antagonist, man. I mean,
dude,
come on now.
Again, mentioned off mic in preparation for tonight, of course, by the hooded mysterious men. But man, how powerful was that Riddler, dude. They took a character that's kind of goofy at times, one that we've seen interpreted in many ways, i.e. the TV show, Jim Carrey's, etc. But they made it menacing. They made it creepy and mysterious, and really put a lot of oomph into that shit, dude.
This Riddler is very much grounded in reality.
Yes.
There are people like this who exist in reality. They walk amongst us. And that's what makes this performance so chilling that Paul Dano could pull that off. The fact that they were able to combine the kind of the sensibilities of Eric Nigma into this version of the Riddler that is kind of like this underground incel type character who is highly intelligent, that feels that everybody is against him. This was just an amazing performance for an amazing villain. Thank goodness. Listen, I really respect what Jim Carrey did with the role, back in like 95 or whenever it was. But let's be honest, that movie Batman Forever was made to sell toys, and it did. It sold a lot of toys. But it wasn't really made to give us in-depth analysis of these amazing villains. And so the Riddler that we got back in 95 was very cartoonish and one-dimensional. This version of the Riddler I thought was excellent. He reminded me of Riddler from like the Batman Earth 1 comics versus the Riddler that we get from like the New 52 era. Very similar to that actually in terms of storyline. So there were just a lot of really cool elements of the Riddler that we got here. And Paul Dano just, it can be understated how real and gritty and grounded his performance felt.
Hell yeah.
He was amazing. And of course, got to give a big shout out to Elizabeth Olsen. If Paul Dano is not on this list, I got to be honest, I think that the homie committee would have given it to Elizabeth.
Agreed, dude. Agreed.
We sit here and brag about how great Paul Dano was. How amazing was Elizabeth? They let her go off and be a full tilt villain.
Hell yeah.
I got to be honest, I didn't think that the MCU had the balls to do it, but they did, and she ended up being the best villain in the MCU this year.
Yeah. Wow, I had to kind of cock my head and think about that, homies. But yeah.
And even if she had stiff competition, she still would have pulled it off. I think that she was that good in this movie. So she was very fierce. She was very powerful. You understood her motives. Mm-hmm. This wasn't for world dominance or for more power. She wanted her kids back. That's what this was all about.
Yeah.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Am I right?
You're fired.
Don't fire my drummer. I need that guy.
No. Get him out of here.
No.
And take his snare too.
No. Leave the snare.
No. Fuck that snare.
He gets to stay.
No.
We'll talk about this later.
Give me back our piccolo snare.
Hey man, what can I say about Matt Smith? Well, here's what I can say. Go watch House of the Dragon. Matt Smith is amazing in that TV show. And that's all I got for Morbius.
There you go. Matt Smith, man. So, I believe it's time to cue these next nominations. But this time, for Best Lead Actor.
This is another big one.
A big one. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam in Black Adam. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / Batman in The Batman.
Moment of truth.
Brother, your hands are kind of sweaty. They're getting your sweats all over the envelope.
Oh, it just bled through.
It bled through.
I can't read the. Oh shit!
All right, so next week
I'm gonna have to guess this. No one wins it this year.
We just stopped the recording right then. Right. The band's like, well, do we stay here? Yes, you stay here till next week.
But the winner for Best Lead Actor goes to Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I mean, we talked about this off mic, but it needs to be said again. I've never seen naysayers shut the fuck up so quick. I mean, they shut the fuck up, and they were never heard from again. Mm-hmm. Man, Pattinson's gonna suck. He's this. He's blah blah blah. He can't pull it out. And then the movie came out, and they fucking disappeared.
Those Reddit clubs immediately, no one posted on them anymore.
It was really a sight to see that. Mm-hmm. But in all seriousness, seeing him pull off this very young and angry version of Bruce Wayne, still very inexperienced. This is like Batman Year 2 type era. Was so much fun for me to see because, it's true. In Batman's beginning years, so much of what he did was fueled purely by rage and anger and this quest for vengeance, this unrelenting quest for vengeance. And we get to see that play out and how he's able to see that people are also using this same type of motive, the same type of vehicle of vengeance to justify the wrongdoings that they're doing. And it really causes him to take pause and realize, okay, I need to maybe change gears here a little bit. But his performance, though, as the Batman, I thought was just top notch. I thought he did a great job, and it's one of the cool things about the character of Batman, the fact that he's such a multifaceted character who has evolved and changed both throughout his career and throughout the chronological timeline in his comic books, that we can get different interpretations of the character that all fit who he is. And that's really one of the cool things here. He really did a great job bringing the detective of that character to life. The grounded and gritty fight scenes that he had, the body armor. I mean, all of it I thought was top notch. And Pattinson's performance just put it all over the top for me. So yeah, congratulations to you, Pattison. But again, to give a shout out to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam here, who was also nominated for Best Lead. Mm-hmm. We've said a lot about him tonight in terms of like his performance. And we're not done yet, so maybe he'll come up again tonight. Who knows? But he was also, again, like you said earlier, man, he just really brought something to the role of Black Adam that I don't know how many other actors, especially actors that physical size, have the charisma of The Rock. And sure, he can phone it in whenever he wants to, but it's clearly that this was a passion project for him, and he did not phone it in.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And of course, what else can we add on to the the extended freaking career list of Benedict Cumberbatch and what he's done with Doctor Strange, dude? Because we already know he was born to play this role.
Yeah,
like he is Stephen Strange.
He is Stephen Strange. Yeah.
And he's been amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
And please, dear Lord, don't go anywhere. If we're gonna have half a decent Avengers roster, we need you. So,
amen. Amen.
So stick around.
Like if we're gonna get Phase 5 kicked off here, we're gonna need some Strange.
Yeah. All right. So next, I believe we're going to take a little deviation here.
Hell yeah.
So I know you guys are looking for best movie, but there's a few more nominations to give out before we get there. And the next one we're going to do is another new one, Kevin.
Hell yeah.
This is referred to as Best of the Worst, where we look at the absolute worst TV shows or movies that we got this year. And out of those three, we choose which one is the best out of the worst. And the nominations for Best of the Worst are She-Hulk, Morbius, Miss Marvel,
and the winner, Miss Marvel.
Come on up here, girl. Get your stretchy ass up here and get your award. Well, you don't stretch no more because they realize that even that's a shitty power.
Yeah.
Like unless you're Reed Richards or Plastic Man, it's really not going to work that well for you. But hey, girl, you won one. You got one. You did it. This was a category that we wanted to add because, I mean, let's be honest. Like they all can't be great, right? In a perfect world, everything we get would be an amazing movie or TV show. But unfortunately, that's not how it works in reality. And, while all three of these, I guess, have their, fan bases, the Homie Committee, they really weren't big fans of any of these three.
Yeah.
But, still, a lot of people worked on these movies and TV shows, and a lot of time and effort went into it. So they deserve some kind of recognition, some kind of nominations. So the best of the worst category has been invented. Ms. Marvel is definitely the best of this bunch.
Yeah.
That is definitely for sure. I definitely think that that the lead actress definitely pulls out the best performance. I think that she's got the best visuals, and I think that she even has the best action out of her other two nominees here. So definitely Miss Marvel, she pulls it out. So congrats to you, Kamala Khan. But all right, we actually still have another category to discuss before we get to the movie of the year. The next category we have here is the Homie Commandments Award.
Hell yeah. And the nominees for the Homie Commandments Award. The Boys, Season 3. Peacemaker. Black Adam.
And the winner of the Homie Commandment Award goes to The Boys Season 3.
What the homies don't know is that the band is actually playing this entire time. It's just that we're muting and unmuting them. Like literally, there's a giant shell closing the band off. And then every time that we, want them to play, we just command the stage hands to lift the shell.
And fun fact, if they stop playing, they are hit with an electroshock.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's legal. It's not that high of a voltage.
Yeah.
They're fine.
It's just enough to scare them.
Yeah. It's like a shock collar that you put around your dog. Same thing.
Oh, quick PSA, a third one passed out.
Oh, God, gotcha. Do we still have enough to cover the orchestra?
Yeah,
okay, we're good then. Yeah, we're fine. Just wake them up, splash some water on them, and
Exactly.
get them back.
It was the cowbell player.
Oh. So we fired the snare shot guy, but not the cowbell guy. I got you. But yeah, guys. So the Homie Commandment Award. This one is also a relatively new award. We started giving this one out just last year, and for those of you who don't know, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, Kevin and I, we did an episode that is very near and dear to us called The Homie Commandments. And it's basically where we talk about the rules for storytelling when it comes to superhero movies and or comic books. This was a really fun and extensive list that we put together where we had our top 10 rules that an adaptation or a comic book should have. And so what this category is all about is which movie or TV show adheres to those commandments the most. And this year we felt this should go to The Boys. Above all else, The Boys Season 3 at minimum has the spirit of the comic book laced all throughout. If you guys have not read the comic book, they are ultra violent, they are ultra gory, there's nudity aplenty, there's
obscene gestures,
sophomoric humor. The likes. Huey is, just as innocent as he tries to be, and Butcher is as much of a negative influence as he could ever possibly be. It is a really, really fun comic book series But it's not just about adapting from the source material. It's also about building firmly upon the foundation that the previous 2 seasons have already set. And The Boys season 2 and 1 did such a great job for setting up season 3 that season 3 really couldn't fail. Season 3 was an amazing season of television that adhered to so many of the homie commandments. We felt it only proper that it get it this year. Not to say that the Black Adam and Peacemaker also didn't deserve it, because they damn sure did. But out of all 3 nominees, The Boys pulled it out this year for the Homie Commandment Award. Congrats to you guys, to all you boys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kevin, I believe now that there is only one category left. Oh my goodness.
Have we already come to it, my friend?
It is that time, homies. It is time for us to discuss the movie of the year. There can only be one best superhero movie of the year, and it is now time to read the nominations. The nominations are The Batman, Black Adam. There are only 2 nominations this year. The homie committee was not fucking around, I see.
And the homie committee has spoken. The winner of Best Movie of 2022, the winner of this homie award is The Batman.
There it is.
The band collectively took a breath. It really came down to brass tacks here, folks.
It did.
Yeah, these 2 movies definitely both. One, we had a lot of hope and a lot of prayer going into, saying, okay, they have a great cast. We're going to see what happens here. And dadgum, did they knock it out of the park. The Batman really pulled through with an amazing heavy-hitting cast, great characters, and honestly, a freaking script and a whole plot line that worked itself out so well that it left a lot of people speechless and really changed the course of what could be our potential Batman movies for a long future coming up. Whereas Black Adam was very much an interesting passion project that we didn't really expect coming, but whenever it did, it left little room for doubt. The Rock, the simplistic but well carried out storyline and everything about it, and really also just the way that everyone in this movie played their part and did so obscenely well, really made this movie shine.
Agreed. The thing about the Black Adam is that people critique it for feeling simplistic, or they feel like it has a plot that they've seen before. And I guess my thought behind that is, even if that may be true, it does it better than any movie that has tried to do it in recent memory. The last time that you've seen a movie try to implement a quote-unquote formulaic plot that succeeded, I can't think of what it would have been. But Black Adam really did such a great job with it. And part of it came down to the fact that they, at minimum, took their lead character very seriously. Black Adam, he was very powerful. He was very menacing, and they minced no words about it. The man was very much an anti-hero of sorts. And the movie Black Adam also even had, and people will never want to give it credit for this, but Black Adam had a very clever twist in it, where he was not the original savior of Kahndaq, but it was his son, and his son gave up his powers to save Teth, who was Black Adam, gave up his powers to save him, and so we get that clever twist. And so the statue of Black Adam that we see all throughout the movie wasn't even really Teth Adam, but it was his son, who was the original savior. And the Black Adam who we get, The Rock, Teth Adam, was just fueled by rage and really just wanted revenge. So that was a really clever twist. And again, I thought The Rock did a really good job with this role. And the action was just so top notch. And I think that just the cultural zeitgeist, people would not want to give this movie the credit that it deserves. But Black Adam was really a really solid and strong superhero movie. But in terms of the Batman was the most unique superhero movie that we've gotten all year. This was the longest superhero movie that we've gotten, but I'd be damned if it didn't feel like it. It felt so much shorter than other superhero movies that we've gotten that were kind of hard to endure the entirety of. I'm not going to call them out, but in terms, in terms of the Batman, I mean, we've said so much about this movie already. Like we just be speaking ad nauseum. But this movie, from top to bottom, like you said, Kevin, was amazing. It had an amazing cast. They did an amazing job with the script. I really love the story here in this movie about how there's two different people who are working off of fear and who are trying to rid Gotham City of all of its crookedness and corruption. But the way that these two men go about it are vastly different. The Riddler thinks that he and Batman are actually working on the same page. The Riddler was inspired even potentially by the Batman in this movie. And so it was just really cool to see that play out. And then on top of that, everybody in this movie delivered a top-notch performance. I mean, they all did. They just nailed it out of the park. The action scenes, like we said again, were top-notch. The score, I thought, was just amazing. The action sequences, again, so good. This is a superhero movie that had very minimum CG in it. And in 2022, that's something that a lot of people can't say. So for all those reasons and more, yes, the Batman wins movie of the year. Very much deservedly so. So shout out to you, Batman, for doing such a great job. Shout out to you, Batman, for winning the most prestigious Homies Award this year. But we are not quite done, homies, not yet. There is still more to discuss here. So we will see you guys at the after party. And all right, we're here.
And we're at the after party. There you go. The tux has come undone. The top buttons are loose.
Got a little bit of champagne.
There you go.
So before we look to the future, Kevin, let's take a look back at the past and see how accurate we were. As you know, every year we give our predictions for how we think the superhero movies of the following year will rank. And we did the same thing. So we have excluded the movies that were supposed to come out this year that didn't. And we looked at the superhero movies that came out this year. We have our rankings for how we think they fail versus how they actually fail. Kevin, how did your predictions stack up against how your list really came out?
Meh?
Yeah.
First off, 3 of the movies didn't come out, which obviously those 3 have been omitted from the list.
Right.
But aside from those omissions, i.e., Aquaman 2,
The Flash, Spider-Verse,
and exactly Across the Spider-Verse. With the 6 remaining being the 6 we've been talking about mostly tonight, Meh had a couple that were approximates, and I had some that are like, oh no,
Yeah.
How about you? How did yours turn out, buddy?
About the same. I think this year, if I'm being honest, I think I only had one that was right on the money. Just one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Accidentally right on the money after the omissions made it right on the money. But yeah. So my number one was Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What was your number one?
My number one that I predicted was the Batman.
Yeah, which was the actual number one. That was the one you got right on the money.
So let's go ahead and get your predictions, your whole top 6 predictions.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, that might be a little cleaner. So my number one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, was Doctor Strange. I'm not going to say the full title anymore. We're at the after party. Things are supposed to be looser. The second, Doctor Strange. Number 2 was going to be the Batman for me. So approximate,
Right.
but yeah. Number 3 was fucking Morbius, of all things. Number 4 was Black Adam. 5, Black Panther 2. And 6 was Thor 4. One of those I got right.
Yeah.
Wait. No, never mind. I would actually argue... Because which one's worse, Morbius or Thor 4?
Oh, I think I had Morbius being like my like in retrospect, like my actual list for this year.
Yeah, no, same here. Like, I think Morbius was... Yeah, so, you know...
So, read your predictions one more time, then give us what you actually got this year.
Sure. So, Doctor Strange 2 was my proposed number 1. Number 2, The Batman. Number 3, Morbius. Number 4, Black Adam. Number 5, Black Panther 2. I'm sorry, Black Adam, Black Panther 2. And number 6, Thor 4. The Batman was my number 1. Big surprise. Right. Black Adam, number 2. Big surprise. Mm-hmm. Who knew? Number 3, Doctor Strange 2.
Not you from a year ago.
No, not me from a year ago, obviously. Me from a year ago was hopeful and foolish.
Yep.
And here I am now, more experienced and a little wiser, one may hope.
Yep.
But yeah, my number 3 was definitely Doctor Strange 2. Mm-hmm. Number 4, Black Panther 2, easy. You know, that's the easy one. Yeah. And then number 5 would have to be Thor 4 for me, and number 6, Morbius, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
So my prediction was I predicted that the Batman would be number 1.
That was your 1. Yep.
Doctor Strange number 2. Morbius 3.
Yeah, we both were.
We gave Morbius way too much hype.
We really did. We were hopeful as fuck. We both agreed that since it's his second superhero role, that Jared Leto had to succeed.
Yeah.
That we both believed in the curse.
Right.
And it didn't work. He didn't get the curse.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yes, Morbius I predicted would be my number 3. Black Panther 2 was my number 4. Black Adam, my number 5. And Thor 4 was my number 6.
Wow. Yeah, neither of us had cred for Thor 4.
Nope.
We did not expect Morbius, however.
No, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm curious what your order of operations is. We know Batman number 1.
I mean, I have it written down here. I think it's the same as yours. Number 1, The Batman.
Check.
Number 2, Black Adam.
Check.
Number 3, Doctor Strange.
Check.
Number 4, Wakanda Forever. Mm-hmm. Number 5, Love and Thunder.
Okay.
Number 6, Morbius.
Big surprise. It really fell together easily.
It did.
This go around.
Yeah.
Because the movies that were great were superbly great. The movies that were mediocre were perfectly bland. Mm-hmm. And then the ones that were worse were absolute dog shit. So it's like everything had its own extreme.
Yeah.
And it lined itself up. We didn't have to tell it to line up. Yeah.
And you know, I don't know if you remember, but last year was easy too, but it wasn't this easy. Because last year we had 3 fun movies to play with. We had obviously No Way Home, which took the whole thing last year. But we also had The Suicide Squad and The Snyder Cut. So we had like 3 really excellent movies last year to play around with. Whereas this year, not really the case.
I mean, literally the homie, committee decided that only 2 movies get to be debated as number 1 movie, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
Right. Hopefully next year is better in terms of that. Yeah. Next year, there's only 1 movie nominated for Best Movie.
I guess he won. Somehow he lost.
Yeah, somehow he still loses. But that was our predictions versus our reality. And as you guys can see, we were not that close.
Nope, not really. Not really.
I got my one right, and damn it, I'm just going to hold on to that one.
Basically, yeah.
But now, this is the time where we do this thing again.
Hot damn. See how good our foresight is.
Yeah. Where we look at the movies that are to come out, and we try our best to rank them again. One of these years, we're going to get them all. One of us is going to get them all right. But I feel like the only way that have to happen, we'd have to be so biased that we have to like manifest destiny. We'd have to like take a movie that's shitty and be like, you know what? Even though this movie is crap, because I predicted it was going to be number one, I'm still making it number one. In other words, Kevin, we'd have to be a professional movie critic and pretend,
right,
and pretend that something that is shit really isn't that bad. But anywho, so just to give you homies an idea of the movies that we are getting next year, we're getting 9 superhero movies as of this recording. We're getting 9 superhero movies, and those movies are Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, The Marvels, Kraven the Hunter, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, Blue Beetle, and The Flash. So those are the 9 superhero movies that we are getting this year. So that's a lot. And I gotta be honest. These are a lot of movies. And if all of these come out, this would be the most superhero heavy year that we've ever gotten since we started this podcast.
Yeah.
We've never gotten this many movies in a single year. But with that being said, like, there are some movies on this list that I'm as a fan looking forward to seeing, which is always great. But there's not a movie on here that is like, man, that's what I'm really like. I just can't wait to see, like, this,
right?
There's not a movie like that. You kind of understand what I'm saying there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. If like for me this year, it was like Doctor Strange and the Batman. Like those were the two that I was like really looking forward to seeing what they were gonna do. Last year it was the Snyder Cut and No Way Home. Like I really want to see what these do.
Yeah.
And obviously the years prior to that we had like, Endgame or what have you. And so there's always been like at least one movie a year that I could just really kind of like put all my hope and focus on.
Yeah, we're lacking that confident gamble this year. We're lacking that surefire shot.
Yeah. Whereas now it's just more like, there's movies on here, and again, some of these I'm really looking forward to, but
there's no Avengers, there's no The Batman.
Yeah.
There's no, No Way Homes. There's no big thing. So,
and it really goes to speak about like the power of like certain really big characters. Like the Avengers is a big deal. Spider-Man is a big deal. Batman is a big deal. Hell, Superman is still a big deal. If a Superman movie comes out, it's still a big deal. And it's like we don't have that. We do technically have Spider-Man, but it's different. So I have my list here ready. What I think my predictions are going to be.
Let's work from the bottom up.
All right.
My number 9, brother man, The Marvels. How about your number 9?
The Marvels.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! There's your kite man for you.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
So we don't have to talk about all these, but let's talk about this one for just a second here, brother.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why it's number 9 on our list.
There is,
and it's because we're misogynistic man pigs. All right.
As would say Brie Larson, yes.
Right. If you have any critique, then that's what you are. But no, the reason why this is number 9 on our list is because, well, at least for me, 2 of the 3 main protagonists I find utterly uninteresting. And I'm completely uninvested in them, and that being Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. I thoroughly do not give 2 shits about either of those characters. And what makes it worse is that we've seen these characters, so it's not like we're just getting them now for the first time. We've seen them and the hype still isn't there.
Right.
And the third character, Monica Rambeau, to me, yes, she is definitely the most intriguing. She's definitely the best character. However, unless you've seen WandaVision, you don't even know who she is if you're just a casual MCU viewer. And so how much are they really going to give her? Mm-hmm. But then on top of that, Kevin, with a movie like The Marvels, they have constructed Captain Marvel into being like the ultimate Mary Sue. She is the Superman, but with the personality of Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy. And so, how do you take how do you take a character like that?
The real question is, how do you continue this goddamn conversation after a comment like that? Q, your question has no answer. You don't take a character like that.
Oh,
You just gave a piece of wood super kryptonian powers.
That's what she is.
Man, Jimmy got fucked up by that piece of wood now.
He
Yeah.
did. He really did. Maybe Jimmy's last name is Olsen. He's Jimmy Olsen to that Superman. Oh my gosh, we are putting it together.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. But anywho, they took a character who was way too powerful, like more powerful than she is in the comic books, which is a weird anomaly that we never see, except for in her case. And so, what threat could cause the three of them with varying degrees of powers to come together? You know, what threat could there possibly be? Unless they are bringing in Rogue, which is the only way I'd be interested in this movie.
Men.
What?
Well, yeah, I mean they're fighting misogyny, so men. That's the.
This isn't She-Hulk. This is the Marvel. Okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got him confused.
But yeah, there's as of now we've seen no trailers. We have no plot synopsis, and I believe this movie comes out in July, and we've got nothing. So there's no reason for me to be excited about this movie at all. It's definitely my number 9. I just had to rant on that.
Agreed.
I'm curious, man, because from here it's kind of a who's who a little bit.
Yeah. I have my reasoning as for the rest of these.
Okay.
I say the rest of these. That's kind of a stretch. I have my reasoning for a few certain selections, which are creating the bridges and webbing for others.
Gotcha.
My number 8, Craven.
My number 8 is Craven the Hunter.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! It's because of fucking Morbius, isn't it? It's because Sony shit the bed so hard on Morbius that we don't have faith in this.
Well, it's not just Morbius, also it's Venom, and it's like they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it.
There you go.
Sony cannot make a good superhero movie by themselves. They can't do it.
It's like if they sucked at making the entree and 3 of the side dishes, then why the fuck would I think they'd make a good side salad?
They wouldn't.
Or a cake for that matter. They're not. It's mediocre. It's fucking Applebee's, not a sponsor. Or Chili's. What's the difference? Again, not a sponsor, but what's the difference? They're the same place.
They're the same place. One's closer to you, probably. That's it. But yeah, man, I'm right there with you, and for the exact same reasoning.
Dude, I'm gonna write this shit down. Look at you and me both. Boom, boom. I'm so proud of us.
Oh my god!
All right, go ahead. You say you're number 7, because let's change up the order here.
Okay. Now here, I don't know if we're gonna differentiate or not, but my number 7, honestly, I had to go with Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods.
Interesting. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
My number 7 is The Flash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The Ezra Miller Flash.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah. I think they shit the bed. Yeah. I think Flashpoint was a great graphic novel. I don't have faith in Ezra Miller to carry this plot into movie mode. Especially also since he's no longer Flash.
Yeah, I have a little bit more faith in this movie than you. But,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm grateful that you do.
Yeah.
But I do not.
Yeah.
Do you have faith or hope?
Faith.
Okay, because I have hope that the movie's great.
No, I mean,
But my faith is weak.
I think that the movie's going to be. I don't think there's a version of this movie that was ever going to be bad. I mean,
You heard it here tonight, folks. It's on this recording at the minute 18 mark.
yeah,
Just in case.
yeah. I mean, because sure, Ezra Miller is batshit crazy and he's no longer the Flash, but I don't see what that has to do with the movie. I still think the movie itself can be good. That's borderline like saying, yeah, Henry Cavill isn't Superman anymore. Therefore, why should I watch Snyder Cut? I'm like, it's still a really good movie.
Well, one of them's not crazy.
But again, has little to no impact as to the quality of the movie.
True. We'll see.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. James Gunn has had his hands on it as well. So yeah.
Well, on the Flash.
Yeah.
Dude,
So, yeah.
well, now you're hiding information. That
Hiding
changes.
that's
Changing information.
I haven't hid shit.
If I knew that, yeah, immediately that's all you had to say. Like, okay, now I'm a convert. It might be better than 7.
If the Flash was going to be a colossal failure, it would have got the Batgirl treatment.
I might have to change my ranking.
I mean,
It's too late now, so I'm just gonna sit with it. But yeah,
we'll see what happens with it. I mean, because it could still be that, but I think we're going to get something unique here from this
if
movie.
our boy James Gunn is helping out with it, I wish I knew that. Damn it! All right, what's your number 6?
I'm sorry. My number 7 was Shazam.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look that appealing to me. They pulled the trigger too soon on the Shazam family. And now it looks like they're relying too heavily on it. And I even forget who the villain is for this movie, but it worked for the first one. It worked really well for the first one.
Mark Strong?
I remember Mark Strong. I'm talking about the villain for the second one here. I don't know who.
Mark Stronger?
Mark Strongest. But like the origin story and the learning curve, all of that worked really well for Shazam in that first movie. But this time around, he doesn't have that going for him. He's got his whole family behind him. I mean, I just don't know what this movie can give me that will be, of super entertaining value. Hopefully I'm wrong, but again, I don't know.
Yeah.
My number 6 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Hey, same.
Yeah. So listen, the thing I'm most excited about this movie is so it can go ahead and be over, and we can get Jason Momoa as Lobo. That's clearly what he and James Gunn have been talking about.
And for some reason, for Amber Heard's character to die somehow,
yeah. Or recast,
or do a fucking recast like people have been asking, but whatever.
Yeah. There's no reason for her to get a paycheck from this.
No.
Yeah, it's Aquaman. And still has the same director, James Wan. Unless he decides to change courses, I don't see it being that much better than the first one.
Me neither.
It'll have some really cool visuals, maybe some cool action scenes, but just a plot that's all over the place.
Yeah.
What's your number 5, bro?
My number 5 is Blue Beetle.
My number 5 is Blue Beetle.
Hey, we have the same thought process for our DC collections, except for the Flash.
Yeah,
that's the only one. And honestly, because James Gunn is rocking that boat, I might take the L on that. But again, that's me really guessing the die roll before we throw the dice. So
yeah. I mean, we don't. Yeah. Who knows about that one?
Yeah.
Blue Beetle. This is another one that James Gunn is also kind of overseeing here.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the kid they got for the lead actor to play Jaime Reyes. I think the suit looks really good. But as of now, I don't really know what to expect from this movie.
Yeah.
This was almost in Batgirl territory where they didn't know if it was going to be on HBO Max or in theater. But now, thank goodness, it's going to be a theatrical release. They have that much information. I mean, hopefully this movie gets a solid plot and a solid movie. I mean, come on now.
I hope.
Yeah. Number 4. So your number 4 is, what is your number 4?
Shazam.
Gotcha. So we swapped those two.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
So your number 4 is The Flash.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Ant-Man Quantumania.
Bitch. It's the fucking same. We did the same thing. What's your number 2?
Okay, so now this is where things get interesting here. My number 2 is actually going to be Across the Spider-Verse. It's my number 2. Is that's
Yes!
your number 2?
Motherfucker! Yes! Which means we both said Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 as number 1.
It's number 1.
The number 1 movie.
Yep.
God damn it. We literally have the same list, homies. Except for The Flash.
That's excellent. Oh.
We went all in.
We did.
We went all in, and we both, you know, the only hand that we had, both of us had a goddamn pair of 2s. And we went all in on that shit. And said, all in.
Yep.
I'm all in.
Yeah. We completely went all in. Yeah, and that is quite hilarious.
That is, dude. Holy fuck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we've had similar lists in the past, but this is just uncanny.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, yeah, like the similarities are pretty spot on there. I mean, so
damn, dude.
That's a lot of movies.
That is a lot of movies.
So it's interesting, man. Just looking at like the top 3. First of all, I would have never envisioned there'd be a time where an Ant-Man movie would be in my top 3 predictions.
The thing that really has me hopeful for it is neither Ant-Man nor the Wasp, but the villain.
The villain.
That's what got me hooked. Yeah.
This is the first time Ant-Man has a real villain in his movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Kang the Conqueror.
Right.
Not no yellow bitch. Not no, what the fuck was the second one? Ghost bitch?
Yep, Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost bitch. That's what I said. No, that's right. Her name was Fuckface.
Oh
yes.
my gosh, her name was not Fuckface.
So yellow bitch and Fuckface. And then we get Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Of all those, one of them got a real name for me.
We get Kang the Conqueror, and no disrespect to the actors who played, Yellow Jacket or Ghost, but I mean, Jonathan Major is, he's top notch. That guy can act. And again, not saying anything disparaging about the other actors from the previous Ant-Man movies, but I've seen Jonathan Majors in quite a bit, and he is quite talented. But on top of that, I'm feeling just like you, man. This is the only Ant-Man movie that has a villain that is fleshed out.
Yeah.
So unless Disney really just shits the bed and makes him one-dimensional, there's no reason why Kang the Conqueror shouldn't thrive. And on top of that, we know we're going to see him again. So what happens to him in this movie?
They have to invest in him wisely. Yeah. They can't just one-off him like every other freaking villain. Yeah.
And not only can they not, just one-off him, but they can't have him look weak. He cannot lose here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know if Marvel is aware of that. I hope they are. But they are in a situation where Kang the Conqueror
has to conquer.
Yeah, he has to conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cannot and should not lose. So I don't know what that means for our protagonists, but they might survive, but they won't win.
Yeah.
So
well put.
I'm really excited to see what they do with that.
Dude.
Across the Spider-Verse, man. So,
dude, the first one was so good.
It was so good, right?
It was so good.
Yeah.
For an awesome, it was an adorable animated little flick. The Miles Morales that we got on screen, amazingly done.
Oh yeah,
amazingly done. Like very few notes.
You know how you know that this movie is really good when you look at 2018. 2018 was a great year, man, for both video games and comic books. We got a lot of good and movies. We got a lot of good shit in 2018.
Yeah.
But in terms of movies, man, we got Black Panther and also Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Verse came out that same year, and it stood tall with the both of those.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a fucking great movie.
That's a big pair of pants. Yeah.
So I'm really nervous. I don't want Spider-Verse to be like a flash in the pan for Sony. I want this to be something that was, really well thought out and really well made. So hopefully Across the Spider-Verse will be another just stellar movie from them.
Agreed.
I saw the trailer, and my only concern is that they're doing a lot. Like there's a lot here. And I get the whole Spider-Verse thing, but this is just a lot. So we don't need to bring in all the goddamn spider people. We can save some. Trust me, Sony. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
But yeah. So hopefully they don't try to overdo it, and they can still put together a great movie that has a great meaning and message behind it like the first one.
Yeah. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was my number 1.
Yeah.
I'm very hopeful for that because Guardians has been such a fun household name for so many years now. The thing that really makes me hopeful, 1, they got James flippin' Gunn back in the seat. 2, They literally just dropped like a little teaser almost in the Christmas special.
Yeah.
That really just sells like the whole point of Guardians 3 almost. And it's like, man, this makes me real confident in it.
Same.
You know, because it was such a good special.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, the special was so damn good.
Yeah.
I'm upset at myself that I didn't have time to watch it again before Christmas. You know?
I made my staff watch it.
That's
You're
incredible.
laughing. I'm not joking. I literally said, team building exercise, motherfuckers. Turn on your Disney Plus.
That is incredible.
The next team building exercise we have, we're watching Logan. I basically just coerced him to watch.
That could almost be called abuse of power.
No, it's not. It's team building. Look here, Quentin. Don't be what they made you to be, okay?
Oh wow.
Dadgummit.
We're going to force
All
that
right?
in there, huh? Okay.
Yes. Also, do not take all the medicine.
You guys will only get that if you've seen Logan a gratuitous number of times.
A gratuitous amount. Yes, this is diagnostically true.
If I meet Daphne Keene, I'm going to need her to say that for me just one time.
Yes, thank you. Right? Oh my gosh.
Just say, you took all the medicine.
Thank you.
Just drop that.
Holy fuck, dude. Hey, man.
I will record that making my text tone.
Yes. You took all the medicine. Oh, someone's texting me. They send me like 5 messages.
Right.
You took all the medicine.
That would be great. Oh, man. That would be amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, fuck, man.
But yeah, dude.
Shit.
That's where we're at.
I
What's wrong? Did we forget one?
got a fucking big one.
Which one?
I'm just going to shift everything down. Guardians is my number 2. My number 1 is Deadpool 3.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Do I agree with that? Of course I fucking agree with that. Wolverine's in this shit. Oh, wait. Fuck.
I'm going to recheck right now to make sure, but the last I checked, they said the release date was this coming September.
Okay. Double check. Before I scratch out a shit ton of numbers. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Yep. Well, Q's looking that up, homie, so, bear with us here. So 10 movies coming out.
No, it has been pushed back now to November 8th, 2024. We are still good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh,
But that would have been a number 1.
So when it comes out next year, it's probably maybe still going to be number 1.
Yeah.
So super predictive list. Oh,
That's the game.
Yes.
But yeah, there you go. The after party.
That's our list. That's the after party, guys. Hopefully you guys had a good time here. Hopefully you guys didn't get too drunk. But just in case you guys are a little bit tipsy, we're gonna tell you guys to go ahead and call yourselves an Uber and get home safely and all that good jive. But thank you guys again for coming out to another wonderful, fantastic Homies Award. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As always, we've had a blast. But before we wrap this thing up, just want to say that this is the last podcast on the main channel for 2022. So we'll see the Patreoners one more time, but for the rest of you homies here, man, just want to say a big thank you because this podcast has been a lot of fun over the past 5 years, and yeah, it's been that long now. And it's been a lot of fun, and there's been like a lot of different cool movies, comic books, and whatnot. And there's so many cool things that that we have planned for next year that I can't wait to show you guys. And I mean that literally. And so yeah, really looking forward to that. And hopefully you guys are going to be excited as well. So thank you guys again for being here with us for yet another year. And hopefully we've entertained you guys and given you guys plenty of cool content to take in. But yeah, so thank you guys for another amazing year. You guys are the best listeners that a podcast host could ask for.
Hell yeah.
And look forward to see you guys again next year.
What a fun 2022, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's to a great 2023.
Shall be a phenomenal 2023. I will see to that.
Amen.
Yes. But
great ideas in the works, by the way, homies.
Yes.
To be continued.
Yes, to be continued. Can't wait to tell you guys. But that's going to be all for this year. Look forward to seeing you guys again in 2023 to kick off another year strong. But until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
And of course, my name is Superhero Homie Kevin.